Welcome to the FM Talent Blueprint, the podcast where career goals get real and the job market gets decoded. Brought to you by FM Talent and hosted by CEO Dawn Hendricks. This show dives into career coaching, workforce insights, and everything professionals need to stand out in today's ever-changing world of work. From landing federal gigs to leveling up your resume, this is your space for real strategies, expert tips, and career confidence. So plug in, power up, and let's build your blueprint for success.
Welcome to the FM Talent Blueprint podcast. I am Dawn Hendricks, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this journey. As a business owner of a workforce management company for over 21 years, I've had the distinct privilege of working with countless people and candidates, helping them navigate their career paths and find their dream jobs. This podcast is all about making career coaching fun and informative. So whether you're looking for advice on landing your next job or tips on advancing your current roles or insights into this ever-changing job market, I've got you covered. We'll dive into some real-life stories, answer your burning questions, and share practical strategies that you can apply right away. This isn't another career podcast. It's a space where we can have honest conversation, we can laugh a little and learn a lot. So with my extensive experience and passion for helping people, you'll get valuable insights that can truly help make a difference in your career journey. So tune in. Let's get ready to be inspired and to make your career dreams a reality. Welcome to the FM Talent Blueprint. Mentioned, this is a new thing that we're doing. So welcome to our very first episode of the FM Talent Blueprint podcast. I'm Dawn Hendricks, the president and CEO of FM Talent. And this is a podcast where we want to have discussions where I'll bring in insights on career coaching and workforce management. Each month, we'll explore topics that impact job seekers and professionals, offering strategies you can use to stay ahead. In today's episode, we'll talk about the federal job market in 2025. We'll cover key hiring trends, how to navigate job boards, and one of the biggest concerns I'm hearing from diverse job seekers is what happens now that diversity hiring isn't a priority. So if you're wondering how to ensure you're being considered for roles in this shifting landscape, you are in the right place. So let's dive in. All right, before we get into any strategies, I think it's important that we take a look at what's trending in the job market. So we are definitely seeing federal hiring slowdowns, actually even hiring freezes and budget adjustments. So with the shifting priorities in the government, some agencies have slowed down the hiring, and there are some that are experiencing expansion. So expansion areas we're seeing like on the cybersecurity side and also healthcare. So understanding where these opportunities are growing is really key to a successful job search. Some of the other trends we're seeing is around AI and automation in the recruitment process. Today, AI is playing a bigger role in screening applications. So resumes that aren't keyword optimized or formatted correctly may never even reach a recruiter. So we'll talk more about some resume strategies in a moment, but I just wanted to mention these two things. Using the same or similar keywords that are in a job description is really going to be important so that you're not screened out. And then also using applicant tracking friendly resumes So avoiding very complex graphics and these elaborate layouts of your resume are going to be important so you're not confusing an AI system. Like I said, we'll talk more about some resume strategies, but those are two that I just wanted to highlight early on. Some of the other trends we're seeing is around the security clearance process. We're seeing a lot of backlogs. So for those seeking a federal role or even on the government contracting side, we're seeing processing times that were typically already long, in my opinion. 6 to 8 weeks, I think, is the norm. But now that federal staff has been downsized, we're expecting those timeframes to go up. So it's going to be important that you're planning ahead and being prepared, making sure that your documentation is complete and accurate the first time is going to be really important in not slowing your process down any further. Now let's talk about how to navigate some of the challenges that we're seeing and actually land a job in the federal government. I will tell you, with the layoffs across the federal government, my true advice is if you want to work in the federal government, right now is the time that you should be considering a government contracting firm like FM Talent. That's my shameless plug. But there are a lot of government contractors, big and small. And so I think because of the massive layoffs that we're seeing, in my space, what I can tell you is I am seeing a lot of RFPs come out. So requests for proposals, that's how government contractors actually get awards with the federal government. I'm seeing a lot. And so that is telling me there still is the need for the services. The government still has to run, and I believe that they're going to be using these government contracting firms to augment the services. So the question then becomes, how do you engage with a government contracting firm? So I want to just give some practical tips for what you need to do to land a role and to actively engage or effectively engage with a government contracting firm. So first thing that I would do is research and identify the contracting firms that have specific experience in the agencies that you are interested in. Look for these firms that have established relationships with the various federal agencies and a successful track record for placements. Some of the other things that I do is leverage some of the networking opportunities. So attending industry events or job fairs or networking sessions where the government contracting firms will be present. It's important to build connections with recruiters or representatives from these firms because they can open doors for potential opportunities. I think it's also important that you tailor your resumes. So this is like a major theme for me, as a career recruiter and someone who runs a recruitment firm. I find that job seekers are lazy when submitting their resumes. It is important that you tailor your resume to the specific role that you are seeking. You've got to make sure that the resume and the cover letter provide specifics that highlight your skills and experience that align with the opportunity that the organization is looking to fill. You've got to emphasize your ability to meet the unique requirements of the position. So I will also say if you're a former federal employee that is transitioning into what we consider the commercial market, so working for a government contractor, it's important that you revise your resumes, which have been historically very detailed. A lot of times I'm seeing resumes from former feds that are 4 and 5 pages long. I'm gonna tell you, nobody's reading that much content. On the commercial side of the house, your resumes should be no longer than 2 pages. And please, please, please do not put more than 10 years of experience on your resume. Resumes that go back 30 years, I mean, it dates you. And the stuff that you did 30 years ago, 9 times out of 10 is no longer relevant in today's market. So as a standard, I would say just no more than 10 years. The other thing that I would ask you to do as you're getting ready to move into this space is prepare for situational interviews. And so this may be a new term for some, it's been around for a gazillion years, but a situational interview is the type of interview where candidates are asked to describe how they would handle a hypothetical scenario or some challenge that they may encounter in the workplace. And so these types of questions are designed to assess a candidate's problem-solving abilities, their decision-making skills, and how they may approach a specific situation in the future. I will say the goal of this is to understand how candidates think and how they will react under certain conditions. It provides some real valuable insight into their potential performance in the role. And so it's a technique that a lot of recruiters use, and I think you should expect that when you start this interview process. All right, let's now move on to some of the critical issues we're seeing specifically around diversity hiring now that it is no longer a focus. So over the past few decades, diversity has been a priority in many industries, including the federal government. But recently we're seeing shifts. DEI programs are being eliminated, and many job seekers are wondering, how do I ensure I'm still being considered now that diversity isn't a focus? So we're going to talk about some strategies to help you stand out in this current landscape. So I feel like a broken record on this, but update your resume with relevant skills and experiences that are specific to the role that you are seeking. It is important that you regularly update your resume to reflect your current abilities and accomplishments. You want to highlight the right mix of technical skills and soft skills for the role you're seeking. And this means that you researched the industry and the company so that you really have a deeper understanding of the trends and challenges of that company, of that industry, and that you are prepared to be able to write and document that in your resume. The other thing I want you to do is highlight your achievements and results that you have accomplished. So it's important to focus on accomplishments and the impact that you made in your previous roles. You've got to use quantifiable results to demonstrate your success, such as I've increased sales by 20% or managed a team of 10 people. I mean, these are very concrete facts and things that give the reviewer of the resume a clear understanding of who you are and what you have done in the past. Some of the other things that I think you should be focusing in on are including different certifications and trainings that you've taken, making sure you list these on your resume, even courses that you have taken. And I will tell you, as you have researched these companies, if you find that for, not even companies, but for the jobs that you're seeking, if you realize that there are some gaps in your experience or learning, today, I'm going to be your auntie. There's no excuse for that, right? There are so many courses and things that we have access to today at low cost. So if you realize that there are things that you need to know for the job that you are seeking, there's no excuse not to There's no excuse for not learning them, right? There are a lot of low-cost trainings online through LinkedIn Learning or Coursera, Udemy. I mean, truly, some of these things are less, or $20 or less a month for a wide variety of training courses. So if you don't have the skills for the job that you are being considered for, get them. Because I will tell you, this is a competitive landscape. So you don't want to give any kind of reason for not considering you for the role. Another thing that I would recommend is leveraging your network. So engage with professional organizations, attend industry events, leverage your LinkedIn connections to try to open doors to opportunities that might not be accessible through traditional job application, just through the traditional job application process. The thing that you have to remember is that there are thousands of job seekers, hundreds of job seekers and resumes that are being submitted to different jobs. And so it's important that if you have an advocate or someone who it's important that you have a personal touch or someone that will advocate for you. This will give you a better chance of getting to the interview stage. One of the other things I think is important is crafting a unique value proposition statement. It's important to build a strong personal brand or professional brand, and this will help you hone your job search and interview process in setting yourself apart from other candidates. So here's an example of a unique value proposition. As a strategic marketing leader with a track record of increasing brand engagement by 40%, I excel at creating customer-focused campaigns that drive revenue growth. I love this because it's so specific. It tells the reader of the resume what you've accomplished and who you are, what you do, how you can add value for them. So I'll give you a couple of ways to think about creating this statement. You've got to define what your unique value is. So you got to reflect on your core strengths, different skills and experience that you have, what your personal attributes are that make you an asset to an organization. And I think you've got to also ask yourself a few questions. So what problems do I solve? What results have I delivered in past roles? What unique combination of skills or experiences do I have? And what do people consistently come to me for or praise me for? So once you have kind of walked through this, then you can take all of that information to create a 1 to 2 sentence statement that articulates who you are and what value you offer to an employer. Finally, I would just say target employers and agencies that value diversity. So we know that a lot of organizations are deprioritizing it, but there's still organizations that are prioritizing it. So look for those organizations that align with your values. We've talked a lot about resumes, and so I have to give a shameless plug. At FM Talent, we specialize in helping professionals craft their resumes. So that will meet all of the standards that we talked about before. So if you need guidance or help, please reach out to us. As we wrap up today's episode, here are a few takeaways. One, federal hiring is evolving. So job seekers must stay informed and strategic. 2, your resume has to be tailored and detailed and keyword optimized to pass AI screenings. The third thing we discussed is if diversity isn't a focus in hiring, leveraging your networks, researching targeted employers, and refining your personal brand to ensure your value stands out. If you're looking for career coaching or resume writing services or just need help navigating the job market, FM Talent is here to support you. Please visit our website or follow us on LinkedIn for more insights or job opportunities. I want to thank you all for tuning in to the FM Talent Blueprint. I hope you found today's discussion useful. Be sure to subscribe and join us next month as we dive into another critical career topic that will help you navigate your professional journey. We want to hear from you, so your feedback and suggestions are invaluable to us. Let us know what topics you'd like to cover or questions you have or any challenges you're currently facing. Reach out to us on social media or through our website. And let's make this podcast a collaborative space where your voice matters. Until next time, I'm Dawn Hendricks. Stay focused, stay strategic, and keep moving forward. Together, we can achieve great things. Thank you, guys. Bye.